Hi, my name is Mr. Chu. Welcome to my study room. Today, I'm solving objective questions 1, 3, and 22 of the 2023 WASSCE Further or Elective Mathematics paper written by Ghana. I choose to put these three questions together because they are just random and I feel like working them together. Now, let's go right on to the first question, which is on binary operations. And it reads that a binary operation star is defined on the set of real numbers R by P star Q equals P plus Q all over square root of PQ. Evaluate -2 star -1. When answering binary operation question, I always say that whatever is given in the question is like the definition, and as one of my students will say, the formula. So taking this question, it means that this is the definition of the relationship or the binary operation star. So let me take it right from here that a binary operation involves the use of operations other than the four basic operations, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So because these operations are outside these four, anytime they are given a question, there should be a definition of how to use it. So the P star Q equal to P plus Q all over the square root of PQ here is the definition for this question. And then this -2 star -1 here means that wherever you see the first one, which is P, you should put -2, and wherever you see the second one, which is Q, you should put -1. So this simply means that -2 star -1 by this definition here will be equal to the first one, which is -2. Remember to put it in parentheses, plus the second one, which is -1, all over the square root of the first one, which is -2, which is P, and then multiplying the second one, Q, which is -1. All right. So this is what this here means, according to the definition. Now, we are supposed to work out this, but the truth is that this is an objective question, so we don't need to work out all of this, but it's just up to us to put this here in our calculator the way we see it, and it gives us the answer we're looking for. So that is just what we're going to do. So now let's get onto the calculator and put in this quickly. All right, so on my screen I have Casio FX991ES Plus calculator, and then we are going to put in whatever we have here exactly the way it is here, and it gives us the answer. So let's do that quickly. I would advise you to put your numbers, especially because they are negative, you put them in parentheses. So we first start with a fraction, then now we put -2, so we open the parentheses, negative, make sure you are using the negative sign and not minus. So -2, then you close the parentheses, plus you open parentheses, -1, you close it, you use the down cursor to bring it down, then you bring your square root, then parentheses, -2, close parentheses, and then another parentheses, -1, you close parentheses, and then you see it looks exactly the way we've written it here. Then you just enter, press equal to, and our answer is -3/2 root 2, or -3 root 2/2 is the same thing. So looking at the options here, option C becomes the correct answer because that is another way of writing this here. All right, let's move on to the next question, which is question 3. Question 3 is a surd problem that asks us to simplify 6 over square root of 2 minus 2 plus 2 over square root of 2 plus 2. And let me quickly add that if this were to be an essay question, would have gone ahead to use the conjugate of each of the denominators to solve. But since this is an objective or multiple choice question where we are not interested in the method, but just the final answer, we will use the calculator to solve this. So let's get onto the calculator quickly. And all we are going to do is to just put the problem in the calculator just exactly the way we see it there. We are going to put this into the calculator just the way we see it here. So we start by pressing AC button to clear the first calculation. Then remember I said we put it exactly the way we have it here. So let's put in our fraction sign first. Then after that, we put 6. Then we bring the down arrow key to bring the cursor down. Then we put in square root of 2. Remember to use the right arrow key to bring the cursor out of the square root. Otherwise, the minus 2 also be in the square root. Meanwhile, here it is outside the square root. So now we put minus 2. Then again, we use the right arrow key to bring the cursor out of the denominator. Then plus fraction 2, down arrow key, square root of 2, right to bring it out, plus 2. And then make sure we inspect it to make sure they look the same. The question and whatever we have on the calculator look just exactly the same, because that's the advantage of this calculator actually, that you put the problem in the way you see it on the paper. Right, so now let's enter equal to. So there you have it. Straight, it gives us the option A, negative 4 minus 4 root 2. So that is what we are going to choose. So the correct answer for this question is option A. And I mean, that's it. Our calculator gives us just that, so there's nothing else to say. We put in the way we see it and it gives us the correct answer. So let's move on to the last question for this study, which is question 22. Question 22 says that which of the following statement is false about the set P equal the set of elements negative 1, 0, and 1. So I will say that the key information here is that which one is false about the set. So we are just going to test each of them and see which of them is false. So we'll take the options and test each of them to see whether they are true or false. The first option, which is A, says that P is closed under multiplication. How do we verify that? We cannot just look at it with our eye and say that that is true. So what does closure mean? If they say P is closed under multiplication, it means that by multiplication, all the answers we get should be members of P. So let's test that and see whether it is true. Right, so here we have our multiplication table for the set P, and we're just going to do the multiplication. So negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, negative 1 times 0 is 0, negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, 0 times negative 1 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, and then 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, 1 times 0 is 0, then 1 times 1 is 1. And just by the fact that all these numbers in the red are one of these numbers here, or the element of P, or belongs to P, there's no number in the red here that is not in P, we say that P is closed under multiplication. So it means that that is true. Then the B says that the number of subset of the set P is 8. Let's verify and see. So the number of subsets in the set is determined by the formula. Let's say capital N equals 2 exponent n, small n, where small n is the number of elements in the set. So in this case, we have 3 elements in the set P, so that is 3. And that means that n will be 2 exponent 3, which is 8. So this is also true, that the number of subsets in the set P is 8. Then now, the number of members in the set P is 2. Is that the case? No, this is not the case. And this says that the set with element negative 1 and 0 is a subset of P. That is true, because both negative 1 and 0 are in, so that is also true. So that means that the correct answer to our question is C, is the only one that is not true here. And that is where we bring today's lesson to an end. I hope this lesson has been of help to you. If yes, then kindly consider subscribing to this channel for more questions like this. Till we meet again in my study room. Bye bye.